Okay, so today we're going to look at setting up subscription products in CPQ. I think this is one of the most common use cases for CPQ products, CPQ pricing, but it has a couple of things that aren't super intuitive, so I think it's worth going through a quick little demo on how it works. At a high level, a subscription product lets you apply a price to a product over a contract term. And CPQ does that math for you of what the total contract value is, or the total value of that product is over a term length, instead of you having to do that math, and it has a lot of dynamic features. So let's jump into it. You should be seeing, just have a list of generic products in here. I'm actually going to start with creating a whole new product. And we're going to call this new product, very generic name, monthly subscription product. And we're going to make sure we check the active box on here so we can actually work with this product. CPQ puts a ton of fields on the product page layout. So we're going to skip a bunch of these and go to the subscription section down here. So in order for CPQ to know that your subscription product is a subscription, there's a couple fields where you need to set values on. First of all, you need to set your subscription pricing. We're just going to talk about a fixed price today. That means it's just taking the list price and applying it over a term length, and of course factoring in quantity, discounts, etc. Percent of total is a little bit more complicated and something that we'll talk about in another video. This is the most common use case, a fixed price subscription product. The next thing that we need to put in is the subscription term. And this is where I think this is probably the most confusing piece of a subscription product in CPQ. Is a subscription term, because it's a little counterintuitive how this number interacts with the subscription term that you put on your quote. So we're going to explain that now. The first thing that we need to talk about, though, before we put a value in here, I'm going to jump over into our CPQ package settings. On the subscription and renewals tab, one of your options here is a subscription term unit, and you have two options. Is your subscription term unit months or days? I would say in 99% of the cases that I've worked with, most of the businesses that I've worked with, they think about their subscription term unit in months. But you have the option for days. We're going to stick with months here. So anytime I put in a subscription term number, that's number of months. So I actually don't have to hit save because that's already set up. So going back to this, the subscription term field, this isn't saying, hey, this product always has to be, for example, if I put in 12 here, this product always has to be on 12-month contracts, or if I put, six-month contracts. What this is saying is, for the list price that we apply to this product, how many term units do we apply that list price to? Is that list price applied over 12 months, 6 months, 1 month, etc.? Might be a little bit hard to understand that at first. We're going to actually show you how this works here, so I think it'll make a lot more sense. But since this is a monthly subscription product, I want that list price to be applied for each month across the term of the contract. I'm going to put a 1 in here, saying this is a 1 month price for this subscription product. Just remember, we're thinking about this in months. So we have our monthly subscription product, fixed price subscription, 1 month term, renewable or one time. It's just, hey, can you renew it on another contract? That could be another training video we can get into later. Typically, you'll want your subscriptions to be renewable. So let's hit save here. We now have our monthly subscription product. I'm going to quickly just give it a list price. And so let's click add standard price here. I'm just going to drop in, it's $100 a month for this wonderful monthly subscription product. So there we go, set up a subscription product. Now if I jump over to a quote, let's jump into the quote line editor and add this monthly subscription price and see how that price changes. So I'm going to quickly blank the end date out, and we are going to put in a subscription term. So without getting into too much details here, to define the length of your contract on a quote, you really have two options. You can put in a start date and an end date, or you can put in a start date in a term, in this case in months. So that's what I'm gonna do for right now. I'm gonna say, hey, this contract's gonna start on January 1st, 2023, and it's gonna last for 12 months. So let's go add that monthly subscription product and see what price gets spit out. So if I just search for it here, there it is. Let's add it to our quote. List price $100. You'll see when we add this monthly subscription product, list unit price of $100, quantity of 1, and its net total is $1,200. Why is that? Because we're saying that $100 has a subscription term on the product of 1, aka a 1 month interval, and we have 12 months. So the net total is $1,200. If I change this to 1, you'll see that net total is now $100. 6 months, what do you think it'll be? You guessed right, $600. Now, hopefully you're starting to see the power behind this. I can easily set up another product that has the same price, but we're gonna call this an annual subscription product. We want its list price to be applied across a year. By the way, what I'm doing here is I'm using another little nifty CPQ feature called Clone with Related. I know the newest release of Salesforce came with a Clone with Related button that exists on a couple different objects. CPQ lets you clone with Related on some additional objects, such as the product object, which becomes very handy when you want to essentially recreate a product with all of its related CPQ records without having to recreate them. So I just quickly clone this monthly subscription product, and all we're going to do is we're going to change this to yearly subscription product. And if we scroll down, we can see it's already set up as a subscription, but now we want to say, hey, this subscription term is 12. I hit save, and I'm just going to double check. It should have brought over that price book entry. Yes, it did, $100. So we jump back onto our quote here. Let's change the subscription term to 12 again. And then let's add, I'm gonna quick save that. And then let's add that yearly subscription product, which should show up here unless I have yearly, there it is. Select. Okay, so look, we have essentially the same product, 2 different names, the same list price, but by changing the subscription term on the product, you'll see how CPQ performs that math differently. It's saying, hey, 12-month subscription term for this monthly subscription product whose subscription term on its product record is 1, that net total is $1,200. Versus the yearly subscription product, its net total is $100. Because what we've essentially said is this list price is applied to a 1-year interval. If I change this to 24, you'll see both of these numbers increase as you'd expect, $2,400 versus $200. And of course, since this is just a number field here, the subscription term field, you don't have to have a monthly price, a yearly price. You can really price your subscription products at whatever price you want. Now, that's just a quick introduction to subscription products. There's all kinds of additional things you can do with them, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of a taste of what you can do with a base subscription product in CPQ.